Hello, everyone. Welcome to this channel. If you are new here, my name is Ishmael and I make beginner friendly Golang tutorials to help you master the Golang language step by step. Today, we are going to talk about if else statements in Go, one of the most fundamental concepts in programming. If you are just starting with Go, this lesson will help you understand how to control the flow of your program based on conditions. By the end of this video, you will learn how to use if, and else statements, how to handle multiple conditions, how to use logical operators like the AND and the OR, and how to write concise if-else statements. So let's dive right in. In Go, if an if statement allows you to execute a block of code only if a certain condition is met or is true. If the condition is false, the program skips it. Here is a simple syntax for an if statement in Go. So let me show you a very simple one. If condition, then so here is where this is how we write a very simple if condition. So inside here where the cursor is where you type what the code will run if the condition is true. So this is where the code will run if the condition is true. Yeah, so let me comment it out. So that is that. So where I've written the condition over here is where you put your condition, and if the condition is true, the code inside the block over here will run. So that is a very simple one, and we will look at it in real life program. If we want to run some code when the condition is false, we will use the else statement. So if the condition is true, it will run this. But if the condition is not true and you want to run a specific code, you add else over here and another curly braces, and you enter the next code over here if condition is false. As simple as that, right? So let's see a typical example in our code. So let's clean it up. Okay, so let's dive into it. So let's declare our function main over here. Then inside it we will declare a variable, and let's say 18, and we will state a condition that if the variable that we are declared age is greater or equal to the 18, then we should print this to the console, and we should state that you are eligible to vote. Good, powerful. And if the condition is not true, that means that if the condition that we have stated over here is not true, then we should say else we should print this, that oh sorry, you are too young to vote. Good, as simple as that. Now let's run our program and see. Powerful. Now we see it over here. Because our condition was true that the age is greater or equal to 18, then it prints it out over here. You are eligible to vote. And if we check it, that is it. Yes, as simple as that. If it is less than or equal to 17, or we can only do if it is less than 17, then let's see what will be printed for us. Let's run it. Good. Now you see it over here because the statement, the condition is false. We get the second um, um, statement, the second code over here. Sorry, you are too young to vote. So that is as simple as that with the if else statement. Now, sometimes we need to check multiple conditions before deciding what to do. That's where else if comes in. Let's say we want to categorize a person based on their age. So now, let's say that our age variable is 16. Then we would give a condition that if the age is greater or equal to, let's say, 18, then we should print that you are an adult. Powerful. Good. Now, if or then we give another condition, which is the else if for multiple conditions. So else if, we just add if to the else for multiple conditions. So then we add the specific condition we want to also check for that. So else if the age is greater or equal to, let's say, 13, then we should print you are you are a teenager. Good. Then lastly, if none of the condition is true, so if the first condition over here is false, the second condition here also is false, then it resorts to this last message to print. So else we should print this: you are a child. We see that exactly. So this is for multiple conditions. So we see if age is greater or equal to 18, we print this. Else, if the age is greater or equal to 13, we print this. And if none of them is true, then we print this. Exactly. So let's run it and see. You see it over here. You are a teenager because our value for the variable age is 16, and which falls in the second condition, that it is greater than the 13 over here. It is greater or equal to the 13, so it is greater, the age is greater than the 13, so you are a teenager. Exactly. Good. So now let's look at logical operators. Now, what if we need to check multiple conditions together? Go provide logical operators, and the logical operators gives us, let me clean this up. Go give us the ampersand, this one, and which is the end. Okay, so that combines two conditions together, and it also gives us this operator, which is the or. Okay, so that gives us a condition to check multiple conditions. Exactly. So and go also gives us the not, the exclamation mark over here, which is the not. Exactly. To also we can use it to negate a condition. Now let's check it. um if a student or a user can register for an event if they are between 18 and 40 years old. Now let's look at that implementation in our code. Now we declare age, and let's see that the age variable we are declaring is 25. Now we give a condition that if the age that we have declared is greater or equal to 18, and at the same time it is less than or equal to 40, so the end we use the ampersand, so the double ampersand, so the end, the same age at the same time is less than or equal to 40, then we print this statement. Good. So we print this statement. You can register for the event. Exactly. Then we print if it is not met. So in the case where the age is not greater or equal to 18 and at the same time it is not less than or equal to 40, then it resorts to this message, else you do not meet the age requirement. Exactly. So that is as simple as that. So combining conditions together with the end operator, which is the double ampersand. So let's run the program to see. Now we see it over here. You can register for the event. So meaning that the age that you have declared 25, it's surely greater than 18 and it is less than 40. So it falls, the condition that we declared over here fits it perfectly. So we print you can register for the event over here. Now let's look at short if statements. Now we can declare or write our if statement in a more simplified and a shorter way. Go allows you to declare a variable inside the if statement itself. Now let's look at that. So instead of declaring the variable over here, age 25, if then we declare our variable inside it. So we declare our variable age 25, then we state our condition. So the condition follows the declaration of the variable. So age is, so here is the condition. So if the age, let's say it is when you divide it by 2, this is the modular sign. So when you divide it by 2, the result, the remainder will be 0. You see that? Good. Then we should print this, that, and we say the age that we have declared is, and we say that it is even. Good. And if the condition is false, then we say that the age we have declared, the age that we have declared is what? Is odd. Exactly. So let's see and run it. Good. Now we see we've gotten 25 is odd, meaning that 25, you can't divide 25 by 2 and get 0 as a reminder after dividing it. So let's use a very perfect number like 24 for example, and let's run our code and see. Good. Now we see it over here. 24 is even, meaning that it perfectly meets the condition over here. Now let's look at some common mistakes to avoid. So mistake number 1 is forgetting the curly braces. So unlike Python, Go requires curly braces for if else blocks. So let's say that you declare, you state your condition that age, let's first declare the age over here and say 25. Then in your if condition, you say age, if age is greater or equal to 25. Then you forget, you don't bring the curly braces, then you go ahead and print it out like this. You will get an error because it will not work like that, meaning that you always need the curly braces for it to work. So you see, one thing about Go is that before you even compile it and run it, you see the error over here to let you know that there is an error. It will not wait for you to run the program before you realize that there is an error. You immediately see. So if you don't bring the curly braces, you get an error. Another mistake to avoid is if you don't declare the first condition for the if, you cannot go ahead to declare the else if. So this is what I mean. Some people would want to go straight forward and start with if else age is greater or equal to 25. Then they bring the curly braces and try to print it out over here. Now, this does not work like that. You see the error that you are getting over here under the else statement. Another error is using a single equal sign for comparison instead of double equal sign. So in our condition like this, if we if we say if age and we say is equal to 18, you see it over here, then you proceed to print to the console. It will give you an error because you have to use double equal sign perfect before it works. So don't forget, if you use only one equal sign, it will not work. Now, that is it for today's lesson on if else condition in Go. So we learn how to use basic if else statements, else if for multiple conditions, logical operators, and we also saw the short if statement and some common mistakes to avoid. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next video. See you in the next tutorial.